Eric Burgess here, and we've been asked to verify the following identity. So on one side we've got this mess, and on the other side we've got 0. So it looks like it'll be easier to simplify the left-hand side first. And looking at this, we've got a cotangent squared here, and just sort of thinking about the way this is going to pan out, right? So you might think, well, we've got a bunch of squares, so we could go down some sort of a Pythagorean identity route. However, I'm sort of looking ahead at this possible distribution here, and looking at that, it looks like, this is going to become a sine squared, and we know that cotangent, right, that's cosine over sine. So when this sine squared comes in here, it's going to simplify, and we're going to be left with a whole new thing. So I think that might be easier to work with first, and then we'll see where we go from there. So let's go ahead and do this thing. So let's go straight for the proof. I think we can get it just right away because this is already 0. So first up, let's break the cotangent up. So I'm going to justify here in purple definition of cotangent. And so we're going to get sine squared theta times 1 plus, and then cotangent is cosine squared theta over sine squared theta minus 1 equals 0. Now we will go ahead and write distribute, and this will lead to sine squared theta plus, and those sine squared thetas will simplify to 1, and we'll be left with cosine squared theta. And then we've used the parentheses, so it's just minus 1 equals 0. And then look at this thing. This is a Pythagorean identity, so we'll write Pythagorean identity. So this is just 1 minus 1 equals 0. And now we're going to get, subtraction. We'll write that in. And this is going to be 0 equals 0. So we were able to come at this one directly. We didn't even have to do that much exploration. Just a little bit of looking at this a little funny was enough to give us a clue that, hey, this distribution seems like a necessary step, and rewriting this in terms of sine and cosine. If you went down the expanding cotangent or sine squared into Pythagorean identities, you'd eventually wind up over here. It would just be a longer process. If you have any questions about this, feel free to drop them in the comments down below. Subscribe and hit that bell icon for future videos, and we'll catch you in the next problem.